Government taps oil money fund. Chronicle staff want chief editor gone. Mazaruni escapee arrives at hospital with a knife in his neck. And more disappointment from the opposition. I am Enrico Fulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. The Ministry of Finance has announced that the government has made its first withdrawal of US $200 million from the Natural Resources Fund. According to the Finance Ministry, the money, which is equivalent to 41.7 billion Guyana dollars, has been transferred from the Natural Resources Fund to the Consolidated Fund to finance national development priorities. Specific projects have not been listed that will be funded through the money from the oil resources. So you can already guess where that money is going to go to. 23 employees, including senior editors, reporters, and cameramen, have petitioned the president for the removal of Tajaram Mohabir as the editor-in-chief of Guyana Chronicle. The petition said Mohabir demonstrates poor leadership, provides little to no guidance nor support, and he was blamed for the high turnover rate at the organization. They also told the nation's president that he is also undermining his employees by making unjustified and dishonest statements. Mohabir, that is. Mohabir has been Chronicle's editor since October 2020. He is committed to stepping down from the position once an investigation finds him culpable, supposedly. Another artist is about to get slapped with a cybercrime charge. The police are currently investigating allegations made by the artist of the National Unity Monument, Desmond Ali, against Romford, Liverpool, a member of the Presidential Guard. Ali, in a letter published in today's Culture News under the headline, President Ali instructs demolition of National Unity Monument, claimed that Liverpool, acting on the instruction of the president, told him that the monument is to be demolished as it poses a threat to Guyana's national security. The police say Liverpool has vehemently denied having any interaction whatsoever with Ali and said that he doesn't even know who the artist is and as such deemed the allegations against him, quote, mischievous, misleading, and out to create public mischief. The officer has since lodged a formal complaint against Ali. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2016 Toyota Axio. It comes with Bluetooth, mag rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, electronic parking brake, bar camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $3.5 million. Or pay as low as $700,000 down with around $68,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peterborough Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them you can you for this sweetie. 2 men are currently in police custody after they were busted with 18 pounds of marijuana at Meadowbank on the east bank of Demerara. The police said that a patrol in the area noticed the 2 men fetching a blue plastic barrel into an empty lot. When the men saw the police, they reportedly ditched the barrel and started to run. They were caught a short distance away and were led back to the barrel, in which police uncovered the weed, a camouflaged set of clothing, gloves, a mask, and a bulletproof vest. These suspects could face charges by Friday. Alleged extortionist Princess Williams was charged yet again, this time over escaping lawful custody while being held in connection with the fraud allegation. On the 7th of May 2022, Williams was in police custody at the Isla Penitence police station when she complained of feeling unwell. She was later taken to the Georgetown Public Hospital, where she escaped while using the washroom. She was later recaptured nearby with a cloth wrapped around her handcuffs. Williams is also soon to be sentenced to jail over framing her ex-boyfriend for rape and attempted extortion of 10 million Guyana dollars. Wow, it just seems like some people never learn from the consequences of their actions. On a related note, 27-year-old prison escapee Samuel Gavaya was recaptured yesterday morning after he turned up at a hospital in Mardia with a knife stuck in his neck. The prisoner is a manslaughter convict who was serving an 18-year sentence when he managed to escape from the Mazaruni prison over a year ago. He has reportedly been hiding out in the area. According to a police report, he was positively identified by hospital staff, who then contacted the police. Well, Gavaya told the cops that he was stabbed in the neck during an argument over money hours earlier. Gavaya remains hospitalized and is now under police guard. For the best crotch in Guyana, that should read, for all size clutch discs and pressure plates for heavy-duty trucks in Guyana, check out Powered Automotive. Get this and other high-quality truck parts at the lowest prices. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Months after the government invited recommendations to complement its draft electoral reform laws, GCOM is yet to find consensus on its own proposals, even as public consultations on the reforms began this week. Although discussions were a part of the agenda for Tuesday's meeting, the Commission never got around to actually discussing it. GCOM has forwarded recommendations to the government, but there is no consensus on those recommendations since they are split, with one set coming from the PPP-nominated commissioners and another set from the APNU AFC-nominated commissioners. Now for our oil update. CGX Energy said it will not be conducting drilling activities in the Demerara block this year. CGX plans to focus on the quarantine block with a drill campaign planned for the Way-1 well later this year. Updated results from the well indicated the presence of light oil and gas condensate. While the company's focus is on the quarantine block, the government informed them that it is required to drill 2 exploration wells on the Demerara block per its contractual obligations before February 2023. This leaves very little time for the company to complete this aspect of its work program, since it means to drill no wells for the rest of 2022. A request for an extension of this deadline is still under consideration. And in other oil news, ExxonMobil has launched another drilling campaign, this time at the Yellowtail 2 well site in the Starbuck block. The offshore activity commenced Tuesday and will commence on June the 30th of this year. The well is approximately 99 miles or 183.3 kilometers from the coast of Guyana and covers an area of 0.29 square nautical miles. So, drill, baby, drill. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? This opposition's obsession with focusing on all of the wrong things. The other day it was Norton and his SOPs, and now it's Sherrod and the video of the First Lady dancing. Now, yeah, I hear all you all who talk about decorum and all that good stuff, but ultimately, who really cares? I mean, come on, this is the Caribbean. Even 9-year-olds are winding down the streets come matrimony time, and that little two-step the First Lady did was about as provocative as a coloring book. The non-issues the opposition chooses to address are astounding, honestly. Almost as astounding as the fact that both Jagdeo and Ramatar have been catching backballs for years and no one really complained then. I mean, come on, did we forget these photos? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but some people even cheered them on. Well, except for Kaicha, but then again, I mean, they don't take no sides, really. Nonetheless, the double standard is not lost on me. Anyway, all of this is to say, instead of worrying about what's in the First Lady's cup and why she's dancing, why don't they ask the real questions about that evening? Like, how much money was raised for charity, and for whom specifically? Which organizations? How much did these tickets sell for? Who was on the guest list, and why? Also, is it really appropriate for the government and international diplomats to invite to events known and alleged drug traffickers, money launderers, fraudsters, and other corrupt individuals? I don't think so. Why isn't our opposition asking these questions? Now, yes, the media is supposed to do this, but it is also the responsibility of the opposition to at least hold this government to account, and to allow them to abdicate that responsibility is pretty stupid. Now for our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Yesterday, I asked, what concerns do you think Norton should have actually brought up with Jagdeo? 592 Trouble says, stop the crime and bribery, make Guyana great again. Indeed. I am bound to believes that the government and opposition should have been having collective discussions on national development, spending elections reform, and constitutional reforms, and to end this dictatorial manner of governance. More regional autonomy for the RDCs and NDCs, along with the mayors to form bylaws to manage and develop the regions. I agree. It is this centralized form of power is why nobody takes responsibility for their actions. You just go and blame the government for everything. Jay Ennis says he disagrees about the population not caring about the elections. Do you realize Guyana may be where it is because of that result, legitimate or otherwise? Ever heard of cause and effect or cumulative effect from one event setting off a chain of events? I understand where you're coming from, and you do have a point. But nevertheless, I feel that there are immediate issues that need to be dealt with now, and we need to be looking forward to the future. Sure, we could try to fight the past, but, come on, that's about as effective as really trying to get reparations out of these Brits, and as much as I'd love it, they ain't giving us a dime. And finally, Losh says, housing allocation for our young professionals, especially those that are not politically connected. Honestly disappointed that Norton took this time to talk about the big rig. The display demonstrated to the country what the coalition really spends their time, energy, and our money on, and exposes what these politicians only care about. Hint, it's not us at all. Oopex lose. Indeed, it's all about the money, the power, and the status. Now, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way to spend your money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Cellular Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. Since we're talking about electoral reform, what are some suggestions you would give to GCOM to actually improve it? Well, for me, I would get rid of all of those commissioners. What would you suggest? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks.